What's up everyone, it's Arcadenaut here, and today I will be talking about Arcadenaut in Bird 2. The fighting game community has been eating good recently, first with the closed beta of Tekken 8, then the open beta of Granblue Fantasy vs Rising, and then the open beta of the new installment of the Arcadenaut in Bird series. As each title offers something different and unique, I will try to do my best to create content in the upcoming weeks. The open beta of Arcadenaut 2 was for PlayStation 4 and 5, and the game is planned to be released on 25th of January, just one day before Tekken 8. I honestly don't know how I will manage in January, but anyways, if you're looking for something new, if you're looking for some fast-paced 2D fighting game with fun-to-play characters, Arcadenaut in Bird might be your new arena. So first, let's start with what this series is about. Arcadenaut in Bird is set in a modern fantasy world where a mysterious phenomenon known as the Hollow Night occurs. During these nights, creatures called voids appear, and individuals with special abilities known as inbirds fight for reasons unique to each character. The story intricately weaves each character's narrative into a larger, overarching plot, providing depth and context to battles. My favorite character, Yuzuriha, for example, is a protector of a shrine in the game's city and just willing to protect the peace. With her Iaido techniques and nice personality, Arcadenaut 2 will have 24 characters on launch. 3 additional characters are announced that will be released during its first year, while the new game's antagonist Kuon is locked during the open beta. Upon delving into open beta, players are greeted with the familiar yet refined visual aesthetic that the series is known for. The sequel, Cisceles, appears to have retained the essence of the series while introducing new graphical enhancements, making the game more visually appealing than before. But again, I'm not an Arcadenaut in Bird expert yet, and I want to keep more detailed character introductions for the game's actual release. But there are many unique and fun-to-play characters in the roster, whether you are looking for something fast, something that has zoner abilities, or a charge character. Arcadenaut has a wide variety of characters. I will also talk about the 3 characters that I played during open beta, namely Yuzuriha, Altinum, and Orie. The core gameplay mechanics remain true to the series' roots. Basically what we have here is a 2D fighting game with similar mechanics to Melty Blood, Guilty Gear, and BlazBlue. Characters have weak, medium, and strong attack buttons, along with a 4th button tied to the game's grid system. Attacks can cancel into each other in any order, and they can also cancel into special attacks and super attacks, meaning that you can just tinker around with combos however you want to. Arcadenaut in Bird offers accessibility for newcomers and depth for seasoned players, and this grid system is something for the latter. I think calling it something like a tug-of-war mechanic that rewards players for smart offensive and defensive plays might be the best way to define it. After specific time intervals, the grid system favors the player that plays better, whether it be offensive, defensive, or with pressure. And the grid will start to favor you, rewarding you with a special meter gauge that would help you to shift the flow of the match. Without making it sound too complex, I think this would be enough to know for now. So let me tell you about the characters that I played, these 3 elegant ladies that make me want to go for ranked matches on Arcadenaut in Bird 2's launch. Yuzuriha stands out with her elegant samurai-like aesthetics and the large sword that dictates her range-heavy fighting style, having similarities to Guilty Gear's Johnny. Yuzuriha offers a mix of quick slashes and teleports, and her gameplay involves a unique stance mechanic, allowing for a variety of fluid and combo-heavy Iaido attacks that can juggle the enemy. Altinum, on the other hand, is originally a crossover character from the Melty Blood series. To put it simply, Altinum is quite similar to Naoto from Persona 4 Arena. Her fighting style combines gunplay with traditional melee attacks, air grabs, offering hybrid gameplay experience from mid-range to long range. Last but not least, Orie felt like the most beginner-friendly one. With a strong emphasis on rushdown tactics, she wields a rapier that she can use as a gap-closer move and is also accompanied by a persona or a stand from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, you name it. Depending on light, medium or heavy attacks, this entity's moves also change, and mostly used either to juggle the enemy or as a combo ender. I felt like her moves were swift and precise, especially excelling in close quarters combat, making her an excellent choice for my aggressive playstyle. And during the open beta, I fought against dozens of Undernight in Bird fans and got wrecked. Never ever played against a newcomer like I was, and most of the time I was shocked at how fluid this game can turn into. Characters like Akatsuki, Hyde and Byakuya can turn into beasts when played correctly, turning Undernight into a full aggressive, fast fighting game. The newcomer characters like Tsurugi and Kaguya also bring a fresh fighting style to the game. To be honest, Tsurugi felt like an OP open beta character that could be nerfed before the launch. His fighting style is with his shield on his arm. He charges with it and can do fast mix-up combos to break the defense of his opponents. His design is actually what didn't interest me at first, so that's why I never considered to give him a chance. But Kaguya on the other hand is really fun to play with. She sends explosive bullets around the map, can pressure her opponents with fast mix-up moves, either can be played as a rushdown or a zoner depending on the matchup. And I think her only flaw is that she speaks too much. Speaking of online experience, Undernight in Bird 2 Sis Celes brings a major upgrade with its new rollback netcode, ensuring a far smoother and more reliable online gaming experience. Now, this is a game changer for the series. As someone who's living in Japan and playing with people from North America and Europe, I can clearly say that it's way better than Guilty Gear Strive and a bit below Street Fighter 6 and of course Tekken 8. However, this renewed netcode drastically reduces lag and improves match consistency, making every online battle feel as close to offline play as much as possible. Never experienced any disconnections or heavy lags like in Guilty Gear Strive, so that is something quite positive for me. I will try to evaluate its netcode more on launch with ranked matches, but for now, this is a really good sign. However, what I fear is the lack of upcoming newcomers to the series. To be completely honest here, my win rate must be something between 15% to 25% during open beta, as open beta was full of Undernight in Bird fans, but nearly no newcomers. Every match felt like a sweaty, hardcore ranked match, which is indeed a good thing. I really felt like I'm improving and learning more and more about Undernight in general, but this can also be quite demotivating for a lot of newcomers. Keep this in mind if you are interested in the series. I don't want to scare people away from trying out this game, so at least join my Discord channel, we'll play together or organize a Discord tournament until you decide that you are ready for some ranked matches. Now let's talk about some of the other features and elements of Undernight in Bird 2 Sis Celes that I haven't touched on yet. The game continues to boast its signature blend of anime-style visuals and high-octane action, and the story will continue from where it's left off by its prequel. Story mode promises to be an engaging experience, continuing the narrative from the previous games. The storyline revolves around the Hollow Knight phenomenon and features a diverse cast of characters, each with their own unique backstories and motivations. The new antagonist Kuon adds a fresh layer of intrigue to the plot, promising a narrative that is compelling as the game's action. Possibly the arcade mode with 10 fights will handle the story of each character, and the missions mode will let you practice what each character has in its own arsenal. And I think that's all I can talk about Undernight in Bird 2 Sis Celes for the time being. Whether you are a longtime fan of the series or a newcomer eager to jump into the fray, Undernight in Bird 2 offers a wide variety of characters for everyone. Its improved netcode offers a better experience than its prequel. There are new mechanics and moves for each character, 3 new characters in the roster and 3 more are on their way. So keep an eye out for its release on January 25, as it might be one of your new favorite 2D fighting game. As always, thank you for watching today's video, and thank you for your humble support. If you like my content, you can always consider supporting me through Patreon as well. More will soon to come. Stay tuned.